Hi everybody. So one of the important things when dealing with fractions and adding and subtracting fraction is that we need to understand equivalency. So equivalent fractions. So if we look back at the investigation we did, or the inquiry we did on Friday, this was the problem. This was the first one. 1/2 plus 1/3 equals 5/6. So we want to be able to visualize 1/2. We want to be able to draw it out. Okay, we might be able to do an equation. We might be able to like change things and go, oh, it's this. But that doesn't show that we know. So showing and proving that we know, if I have 1/2, I'm going to color it like that. I have 1/2 right there. And I have 1/3. I cannot add these together like they are, because I could try and take this piece and put it here, but then how much is that? Like, I don't know. I can't take this half and put it over here, and then it's like, it'll go, because it's a half is less than 2/3. And so if I cut this out and put it over here, it still wouldn't be one whole. So how I don't understand. I don't know what I'm looking at. So this is where we have to start understanding this idea of equivalency. So when I have a half, what can I split it into? I could split it into another half. Okay, and if I split it into another half, I'm gonna have to do this over and over again. If I split this into a half like that, I've split it into 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and now I'm looking at 2/4. Okay, if I split this one in half over here, I've split it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, and now I'm looking at 2/6. Well, can I put 2/4 and 2/6 together? Sure can't. I sure can't. Okay, so now I'm going to have to look at a half again. I'm not going to be able to erase that mark, so I'm just going to redo it. I have my half here. So I divided it into half before. Now I want to divide it into thirds, so 3 equal groups. So that means I need 2 lines. See, could I put another, if I put another line here, are these equal pieces? No. If I put the line here, are they equal pieces? No. I'm going to have to, I'd have to shift this line down and then add another one. And since I can't do that, I'm going to do that here. So I'm going to split this into 1, 2. So now what is 1/2 turned into here? Let's see, 1, 2, 3 out of 6. So I have 3 out of 6, and then I have 6ths up here. Would I be able to add 3/6 over here? Yes, I would. So now that I have 6, I haven't changed my fraction, right? I've just started to understand it better. I'm able to add pieces to it. So now I have what? 1, 2, 3 6ths over here. So if I have, we have it into 6ths, right? So here, my whole is into 6ths. I have 1, 2 6ths over here. That's what 1/3 equals. 2 6ths. And then how many 6ths are over here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So now I have proven that 1/2 plus 1/3 equals what over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6. And so we've really got to be able to take a fraction and show visually that it can be a different one. All right, so in your notebook, I want you to draw this, what I've just drawn. So I've drawn 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times each. Okay, so try and do that. Try and get as close as possible as drawing the same. I mean, I didn't here. It should be the same dimensions. Looking at this, I got them a little long here. right? So these should be matching, but they're supposed to be. So all of these we're going to pretend are the same size. So go ahead and do that in your, so you're going to pause here and do that in your notebook. Make 1/2 6 times, 1/3, and 1/4 6 times. And then unpause when you're ready. All right, so I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. So here, let's maybe zoom in first. So here is 1/2. Like I did before, if I split that into half, I've created different sections here, right? So this is 1 out of 1, 2 sections. Here I've split the half into 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, and 2 are colored in. Here I'm going to split it into 3 more sections here, so that's a total of 6 sections, and 3 of them are colored in. Here I'm going to do 4, 1, 2. So now 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 8 are colored in. Down below I'm going to do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can start to see the amount of lines is 1 less than the parts you're doing in. So this is 5 out of 10. And then this last one I'm going to put 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 12. All right, so these are all equivalent. So all of these are the same value. They're just expressed differently. And the reason this is important is when we start to add and subtract these fractions together, we have to be able to think of them as the same value, but with different numbers. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is I want you to try and do the same thing I just did with 1/2 for 1/3. So I'm going to ask you to pause it to fill this out, and then you can check your work here with me. And I'm going to go in 3, 2, 1. So here is 1/3. If I split this in half, I'm looking at 2 out of 6. I split this into thirds. That's 3 out of 9. So 1, 2, 3 out of 9. I count them all. Split this into fourths this way. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 12. Fifth, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 15. And then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 out of 18. Okay. So these are, 6 18ths, 5 15ths, 4 12ths, 3 9ths, 2 6ths, 1/3. Those are all the same. Okay, those are all the same value. And here, let's look at 1/4. So do the same. I want you to pause and solve. I'm going to go in 3, 2, 1. So splitting that in half, that's 2 8ths. Splitting that into thirds, 3 12ths, splitting that into fourths, 4 16ths, splitting this into fifths, 1, 2, 3, 4, here's 5 20ths, and splitting this into sixths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is 6 24ths. So take a moment. I'm going to zoom out. In the side of your page, bottom of your page, maybe the next page in your notebook, I want you to now tell me what are some patterns that you notice. When you go down, what do you see? Okay? What are the things that you see? So I want you to make like some observations, some patterns. Again, start to think critically about what's going on here. All right? So do that now, and then you're going to turn that in for me to look at. Okay? All right. What do you notice? What are the things that you see? Why is equivalency important? How are we going to use this in the future?